As soon as we entered the garden, I saw it. I didn't want to, but... Who is it? Is it her?
Danganronpa.
Just to make things clear.
No way!
What?
You need to begin looking around right away. However, be ever so careful. There's no telling what you might find. There's no way to tell with a mask covering the face like that. The white coat they're wearing just makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. Is that whoever this is? They attacked me last night in my room. But why? How do they wind up dead here? Their heart isn't beating, they're not breathing, all signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that has been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that was still there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. But how can we be so calm like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so we don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl at least. How can you tell?
Well...
It's... Well, I think I see the outline of her chest and the general shape of the body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really? Then it could be...
Yes!
Let's just tear the mask clean off.
Come on.
Wait, don't. But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot toward the mask. And the next instant... Oh! There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It blew up. It blew up. It blew up. My vision started dark and I prepared to pass out. But
Come
then...
on.
Hurry up, put the fire out. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Why am I the one putting it out? Why can't he? Thankfully that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind the only unpleasant smell of burning. Fuck. I guess that took care of that. What about Genocide Jill though? But what the hell, man? It exploded?
What did you say?
I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. Another body.
What?
Yeah, but what about Jill? Don't compare it to Steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. No, now that the body's charged, I really had no idea. How are you going to find out who it was? Who isn't here right now,
What?
huh? If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's Kyoko. And that dead body is Kyoko? No, that can't be right. I didn't say it was Kyoko, but I mean who else? There is one other person.
In other words.
The mastermind. What?
What?
The mastermind? Well, there's no way the mastermind got charbroiled. Get serious. I agree. Normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering, but I've reason to believe that it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain the other matter, wouldn't it? Do you reckon Cake Man is totally looking at Aoi's butt? I mean, look at it. Look at him. Hey, Amelia, what's up, mate? Just gonna say despair. Yeah, you like death here. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream.
But
that corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, remember that alter ego said? So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned out all this. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Oh, that is a good point. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
What the heck?
Definitely Cake Man is looking at the booty. I mean, if I was in his position, I totally would as well. Wow. But I'll say sure, he's probably checking her out. I can't see his face. Lemon's chair is blocking it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe I should hide that for the time being while he's out of the room. He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair?
Huh?
The 16th student hopes peak.
What?
What are you talking about? The other day Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school.
What?
I think you better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounded like Kyoko thinks Mukuro is the mastermind. There are two ways to simulate it down and seeing which way it does. Okay, well, no spoilers. Otherwise, Clockwork will have to bring out his band hammer. I'm sure you'll be fine, though. No, the headmaster isn't the headmaster, I'm sure of that. Oh, the headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. What? I don't have the proof yet, but I have no doubt in my mind that I'm right.
I see.
There's another student here, and it's a female, that would match the body's characteristics.
So,
And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is a girl, Mikuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair. But if she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot... Oh. How'd she wind up burnt to a crisp?
What the heck?
None of this makes any sense, just to suddenly show up and then die. I think we better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help figure out exactly who it is. Sits in collar, polishing my bandhammer creepily. Oh my fucking god, cocky. Don't worry, his bandhammer isn't as bad as Baba's one. Baba's the one that you need to watch out for. Hey, wait.
What?
Are you forgetting something, you know? Toko? What? Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Oh shit. Oh, she survived. Oh, what the fuck? What happened, Master?
Stop talking.
You declared the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Well then, I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you inhale. That's enough for me to live on. Fucking god, this lady is just nuts. This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. What's this here? Right now I have to focus on the body behind. Let's look at the burnt state.
So,
Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. I don't plan on touching the body all that much. I'm not Kyoko after all. Yeah, but Kyoko and... Okay. What the front door is this? There's something next to the body. It's a key? Is that what Kyoko took from Monokuma? No, she took the one that had the thing. That had, like, it was actually... Okay, good, Bun. That's good. Make sure you got the latest update of 7 Days to Die and everything. This isn't anything like it. And this key is...
What?
What is it? Did you find something? Yes, this was on the ground near the body. I've never seen this key before. Where could it possibly go? So, even you don't know then. Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. Huh?
I see.
That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean...
So, in other words...
The biolab, the data center, the headmaster's room, the dorm rooms on the second floor. It's in your hands. Oh, so I'm your errand boy now? Oh, what? No, what? I wanted to keep examining the body. What is this bullshit? Ugh. Fine, we'll go to the biolab first. I reckon it's a key to the dorms. on the second floor. Let's go. I think it would make sense, wouldn't it? Well, if the strands of hair were pink, that could have been like... Oh, Puddin'! You stay there on your chair. I don't want you coming up here. So Amelia, meet Lemon. Lemon, meet Amelia. So this is why we're called the Lemonati. So if you haven't already, follow and become an official member of our noble cult. I mean family. Guys, a bad cough must have coronavirus. Hashtag too soon. I shouldn't joke about that. So hang on, where are the dorms here? That's bathrooms. Archive, Class A. He said dorms, didn't he? Data center. Well, it's not there. Is this it? Hang on, what? I need to double check and see if the key can unlock that gate that leads further up. That? Oh, that! Oh, bugger. Okay, well... I was kind of hoping it would be that, so maybe it's the data center then. Data center, okay, so let's just go there. Wait, you weren't here for chapter 1? Hang on. Okay. Hey, we're not gonna have a look at the data center first? Oh my friggin' god.
I see.
Interesting, but why does the C's have that key on them? So now we're back down here. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. What?
In other words...
It's in your hands. Again? Oh, for front doors, man. Why can't she go in first? I'm so not happy about any of this. So she's pissed that he trusts us. Okay. It's alright. I don't know if you missed that much in the first challenge, Clocky. I don't know. I guess it all makes sense, like, towards the end. Hey, Puddin', you're a good boy. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Lol. Whoa. Whoa! This is the actual room. I was expecting this to be in the headmaster's room. Strange. Strange is the adjective that you guys use to describe this room. Really? Ugh.
What?
Extended his trembling hand and pointed. Look at all these monitors on the wall. Yes. Look at what they're showing. Yes, we knew that! Come on!
What?
This is a direct feed from every single surveillance camera. This is a nice find.
So that's it.
So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. It's to watch us. What? You knew that!
It's all clear now.
The mastermind's private room, without a doubt. No, there's a good piece of info that Clock missed then. I'm so sorry. What, that there was a 16th student? Ooh. Tuhin is picking up my order. My order's coming, guys. I guess that makes sense. I better tell Matthew that my food is on its way. Where is he actually picking it up from? Like, I want to know with... Near Nando's. Oh, it must be there. Excuse me, weird. I guess that makes sense. So the mastermind was here. Watching us. Then I think this settles it.
Huh?
The body in the garden, if they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of the person, and she was the mastermind. Then the mastermind is dead. Like, really, really dead? It would seem so. I don't think so, buddy. You're serious? That's so bad. They had to go and die before Master killed him himself. The mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does it mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body. Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was that?
But...
If the mastermind really is dead, that means we can get out of this hellhole.
How about that?
We gotta hurry up and find the exit. Come on.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first. But what about the exit? If the mastermind truly is dead, can we leave? We can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set this up life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered. Murdered? Oh my fucking god, Hero, you are the biggest dumbass. Something about her attire is significantly related to something I'm missing in the first chapter. Don't think Dinny noticed it though. Okay. So you think so too, huh? Naturally. So someone that's died off again, maybe? The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There is absolutely no doubt the mastermind was murdered.
But...
Why has it got to be that way? I mean, who could have done it?
Such ignorance.
That's exactly why I need to investigate the purpose and the identity of the mastermind.
I'm telling you!
Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again! The mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This room is... My phone keeps going off. This room is very well hold the answer to those questions. After all, the mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Let's begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind. Well, what people were killed in the first chapter was Sakura, which it wouldn't have been, and there was Junko. So it must have been Junko or Yunko, whatever how you pronounce the name. Rather Gothy or Celeste. No, she wasn't in the first chapter though. But that kind of looks like Celeste as well. I can't really remember Junko. Let me just Google like my picture that I put up. Alright, Death said that he could only stay for half an hour, so he probably is gone. Where is she? Junko is like in the background, so I can't even like see her. Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. Okay, what does he say? Okay. I think these guys... Right. Let's go looking at this. Into Junko? Okay, so it's Junko then. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look at the high-performance PCs, nothing like that ancient laptop Alter Ego was put on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. An alter ego? You may well be right about that.
What?
There's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. Okay. Well, what's this television here then? There's nothing showing up on this one. Is that TV
How
antenna?
about that?
It is. It's just like what my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Yeah, that's her. That's her. Nice work, Clocky. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV. Did someone just say TV?
You know?
Well, Saturday morning. Hina's here. Are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on, come on, come on.
You know?
Don't you think we have more important matters to, like, deal with? Ah, so you're starved for information from the outside world. Alright, let me work out my magic, and you'll be quantum leaping your way through TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about? Okay. Let's do the world thing here. Why is there a picture of the world? It's a really ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using all of them to spy on us. As long as I have this... Oh, God. Look at Master go. It's like a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership? Jeez. There's a camera in here. Okay, we're gonna go into the doorway here, I think. This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What else could possibly be inside? No luck. What if you use that key? Nope, no good. Won't even fit in the keyhole.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking of that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
You know?
Huh? Oh, what's wrong? Good news for you on Saturday morning, kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now we just gotta switch it on. Friggin' idiot mastermind. All you guys need to... You guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it? Has been playing the biggest version of Five Nights at Freddy's. This is...
What the heck?
That's weird.
Come on.
What are you trying? What are you doing? That is really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible. Not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how is it showing the camera feed?
Well...
Did you try changing the channel? Good idea. He went and changed each channel one by one. But every channel was just us. It was a live feed of us standing at the data center.
What the heck?
Is it broken or
Could
something?
it be?
Some kind of weird... Whoa! What?
Actually.
I'm not sure, but... What? Been a while, you friggin' bastards. Monokuma! He's supposed to be dead. What the fuck? You're watching, right? Then what happened? We passed it and then just... Me dead? Don't be friggin' stupid.
What?
You're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. It's It's been like a day, half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's the look in your face is right now is sublime. I did wonder about that because there's more than one Monokuma, so like I was waiting for it to come up. I just wasn't expecting to see it then. That's what I wanted to see, the moment you all went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. Oh, that's a good point too. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now.
Well, now.
Well, if you want to clip that moment, Sakura, go right ahead. And that's that.
Shing!
Well, it's almost time to cut off your past, so full of hope, and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you to all have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going. No, we're supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? You're still obsessed with getting out of here?
Unbelievable.
How do you not get it? There's no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all bad, you know. I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Oh, God, sorry. I can't see with my glasses. That's better. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well, now.
Well, I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll get to the point now. The point?
Hey,
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of the school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some
What
kind.
the heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm going to let you on a blood-gushing secret and I'll tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna.
Huh?
What does that mean? It's displaying the signal? But it's just us standing here.
Unbelievable.
Fine, I'll just tell you.
Thrills, chills, kills!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It is the most popular thing on TV. What?
Extreme!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Doesn't matter how many times he says it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. It's like the real life Hunger Games. I mean, even if I understand the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. What? Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
That's...
It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow?
Oh, no!
The camera feed is being broadcast? No way, that's impossible.
Phew.
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system, you know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is an easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course.
Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind has begun to creak and groan.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries. Even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without reason? It was all for my captive audience to show them true despair like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best despair entertainment, the best.
what are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually,
What if they already did?
yes indeed.
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV and try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I really don't personally, though.
This can't
whatever.
be.
But to take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep. So how could things have come this far?
Yeah!
That's the secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course.
Yeah, duh. There's a little business of...
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Class trial, do you mean...
It's the Monokuma file!
Everyone give it all you've got, alright?
Heart-pounding excitement!
Things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for one heck of a ride.
I can't wait!
And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. The truth hopelessly out of reach. Oh, God. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think of it. I couldn't think. I took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment and how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally, we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about the class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. That means at this point... What it means is that at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Makuro was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind, Makuro, isn't dead. So naturally, that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No, that's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. I think Death can agree that this chapter is a wild one. Yeah, no, he did mention something like that. To have it end like this, I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Is the last chapter decent, Sakura? I hope it is. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Yourself? Anyway, we better begin. But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct? It must have been someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed her? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. This is how this game works after all. Investigate. We need to stab a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. But at least it's at least several days old. So even the Monokuma fire doesn't tell us who it is. Oh, what? It's pretty something. Okay. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. These are fake fingernails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion. It's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Oh yeah, yeah. It's because I got it set on fire and threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on the fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Interesting music. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one piece left. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's something strange about that, right? What? There's nothing strange about that, right? Okay. This looks like a fragrance or something. It's also burnt, so I can't be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like that before. But where? Wait, was it there? I have to double check that later. Where? There's a knife lying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was struck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it out here. Thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from the front to the back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it really looks familiar. Wait, is this... That's it! It's a knife that the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they're holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe I... How did they get up in the garden, mate? And if this is really Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko was the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's just no way. Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet. Yeah. Which means the murder must have taken place after 7:30. I count 4 chickens. Count 4.
Yo!
What's going on, Mikoto? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there was precisely 5. Yeah, right.
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. That's weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there was definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we going to do? Going from 5 to 4? Is it going to have an impact on the structure of the world?
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Fucking chickens now? Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? He was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach and the area was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on it was still wet. My dinner's on its way, guys. Yay. Cake Man said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was in the body, I didn't see any in the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks, that's a great help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looks. Well, having you talk about it has helped me remember a lot better too. So thank you too. A chicken had to die to trigger the announcement. Maybe? So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not going to look at it. I don't want to look at Faint anymore. Oh, fair enough. What's that? Is this a tarp? There's a tarp in here. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and dry. Oh, alright, get the... Something carved in the handle is pickaxe. And that's everything in this room. It's 11 o'clock right now, okay,
You're
and...
serious.
Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. Monokuma's announcements woke me up at 7 o'clock, as usual. And I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. And then I headed to the gym where everyone was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was that then? It was about 9 o'clock. That's right, I had to be in around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my work's done. It's a pretty small job. But yeah, that is something. How did you handle the last case? Fine. Good time, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What did you want to talk to me about?
So, in other words,
I'd like to hear your alibi.
in other words,
I'd like to hear where you were after nighttime began. Well, I was sick, so I went to sleep all night. But why are you asking me about that now? What's that nighttime got to do with it?
naturally.
Isn't obvious this murder took place after midnight time. How can you know that for sure? Because after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell him about Monokuma. Hiro has been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body
in
here.
other words,
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, and Hina and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made to not go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us had airtight alibis. The ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
that's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling you the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be quite a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's Really bad, isn't it? How are you today, both? It's good to see you, mate. This is the fragment I found.
It's all clear now.
What?
Just give up.
I don't have a choice. Just let me borrow a room key. Yeah. If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later. Oh no, it's nothing about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take the risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that'd be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll
Goodbye.
see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Or I may not. Okay. That one area. I saw something a lot like them somewhere else. What? This is where I need to be. What does that even look like? What about those in pitcher plants? Where are the fragments from? Maybe I can see it on map. Gym? Really? What?
You know?
Oh, the bomb!
Huh?
Oh! Okay. Oh. Good thing it comes up on the map as an exclamation mark, otherwise I would never have gotten it. This music's pretty radical, man. Oh, food. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're going off to Kyoko's room now and seeing what in the world is going on. Oh, it's just here. Oh. It's a bit weird going into a room, eh?
What? It's certainly
But
possible.
if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. The dojo that might have this might have to go. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Okay, well let's go into a bathroom maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe not then. Does he have anything to say?
What? Come on.
It's true.
We gotta open up the letter. Okay, so let's open up the letter. Under the sheets.
What?
Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets, what it could possibly be? Look at the bed again. For fuck's sake. I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Oh, it's the student registry.
I see.
That Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room with the key. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. The ultimate soldier! Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. Donut, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Welcome to the Lemonardi. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir, and for those 3 years, she insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received a battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Okay. I didn't scream, I was like, ugh! What the fuck are you doing here? All of it. Just mix it all together, bunny.
I see. Naturally.
There's a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses. They always get to the job done. It's worth remembering. This is all part of the world totally removed from the one I live in. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Ooh. I'll trust you to turn up now, you little turd. That was the spicy bit.
What? What? Hey, come on now.
I'm not gonna hold you against her in any case, if you're wondering. I don't hold it against Kyoko either. Even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag out her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to the organisation and order. Which is why even I, the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something else? Something interesting? Interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
There were 15 people there, right? I think the first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
in other words,
There weren't actually 15 of you.
yes
The
indeed.
total number of students was actually 16.
Mukuro, the 16th student, the one they call watch
we know
out
that. We know that. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate 8 mail, you know?
Yes indeed.
Makes sense?
Well now.
That's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get. So I have an extra bonus for you, revenge. I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kigiri. So I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Now that's all you'll get. Bunch of scars. So, wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said there were scars, right? So that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars, which means that's not Kyoko. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about it. What matters now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God, I must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. Well, why would he tell us that? Why now? He said that he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one that killed Kyoko. That would explain why we have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student, she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Makoto interrupted Monokuma before they could say who was writing the rules. I don't know, Cake Man. I think you're full of crap most of the time. So I'm just going to go ahead and eat some more pork. It's supposedly loaded with cheese, but it's not loaded with cheese, which is fine by me.
What? It's all clear now.
So why would the mastermind go out of their way to prove that they're there?
So, in other words,
Makura giving us information would raise the questions about her. Would be bold to say the least. And to assume that Makuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want to suspect Makuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That makes sense to me. Yeah. If Makuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there's other places in need of investigation. Oh my god, Bunny. What kind of fucking state are you gonna be in when we get into voice chat? I should really find out what the key and the dojo are really connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Yeah? Once I eat some more pork. Because this is delicious, man.
I see. Very strange. That's right.
Which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Without bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks? There's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what it was used for. A bloodstain?
see.
How could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now.
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Yuck. Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on the next location. What next
What?
location? There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Makura was part of? But how are we supposed to find that out? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research. Are you talking about the archive? Oh, that's
Let's
right.
go.
God, back here again. Fuck, we're going all over the school. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Okay,
I see.
take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it through high school without learning a single word of French? Hey, but hey, it's got the logo of the dog on it. So is Junko part of that as well? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever, I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that a bit extreme? Well, you should have learned French. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Aren't they fancy? Death, we are so close. Okay. Just hold your tits, guys. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. I didn't see that mark on her hand in the previous pictures of Junko. It's likely that someone put their mark on her hand. Okay. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. Okay, yeah, okay.
What?
Okay. This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, and the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it so exciting. Exciting isn't the word I would use. So did anything jump out at you that this may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir? Hey, Midget, the report said something about that the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said that Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the squad, each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? That could mean... Nice. Is that all the clues? Oh, God. Okay, well, I'll just nom some more pork. And then I guess we'll get into the challenge. Is there any pork on that? There we go.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena.
What is he talking
It
about?
damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So,
That's right.
Hey.
What?
We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. Then 5 minutes came, then became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here? Or... Oh, there he is. Oh, what?
What?
Jesus!
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? Oh my god, Bunny. What, I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive so we can start. We can't start until everyone's here, now can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've been waiting for you. Sorry, but you are wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so is it okay if I punish the one making us all wait, alright? If we agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. Hello, is it me you're waiting for? No, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around and looked. I'm here and no rules being broken. Kyoko, you're still alive? It's a ghost! I'll just stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But it's okay if there's no particular penalty for being late.
Is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts into the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm glad you're okay. Perhaps that's not necessarily a good thing for us, huh? He's right, now we've got to deal with the ghost. What the fuck off, man?
Let's go.
We can discuss during the trial. Yep. Master, wait for me.
But
I'll be happy when this trial's over. You're telling me. Then Sakura and Death can stop bloody peeing their pants with excitement. Over God knows what. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Did I?
Correct.
Oh, the second floor of the dorms. That's cool. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Oh, then how did you find out?
So...
Just now I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late?
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's the key you found goes to...
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We'll go through the details during the
It would
trial.
seem...
That's a strange way of putting it.
Goodbye.
Okay, whatever. Must be pretty daunting going down massive elevators like that, down into the dungeons of Doom. Mount Doom.
I can't wait! I can't wait! Thrills! Check!
Oh, shut it. Fucking... Is it skills? Cost 4. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing,
Let's
but we're just gonna do it
begin with
anyway.
a basic explanation of the class trial. So, if you can figure out who, then I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened. Okay, well,
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
Oh my fucking god, man.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Oh my
There's a
god.
limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh! You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
But if I can't prove why, I'm going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward, so I don't have any choice but to Make your argument. Tattoo on right hand.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay, what?
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I don't know what I'm meant to do here.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely...
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay.
That Kyoko... Okay, then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is
Hey,
idiotic.
Sheik, what's up, mate? Good to see you again.
That
You came at a pretty good time, I think.
Then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse
Oh,
is
for fuck's
absolutely...
sake!
This entire discussion is idiotic.
So sensitive, man.
That
Kyoko... Okay, then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is
Oh my
absolutely
fucking
Kyoko.
god!
This entire discussion is idiotic. That Kyoko... Okay, then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Fuck off.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, just run with it, Sheik. Trust me, it's all messed
No.
up.
There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Really?
Anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Yeah. God, here we go again. Sprinklers exploded, tattoo on right hand, I'd imagine.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the—
Well, if we can—
And there's nothing else we can do, right? If Kyoko really is—
Then who does?
There's gotta be some—
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Oh, I need to
And there
just...
wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Oh my god.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Byakuyo's account?
Shoot!
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Byakuyo's account because he stayed there the other night. Okay, hang on. Oh, so it must be... The only thing I can think of is that one.
I got it!
That's weird.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Two? I don't get it. If everyone's supposed to be here, why isn't this other person here then?
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Oh, God. Oh. Wolf?
Now I understand! The representation of Fenrir is...
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
How the hell did she know this?
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
The literary all-star?
A wolf tattoo.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Oh damn, the music stopped. You know what I mean?
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Being a bit dramatic for the cameras.
Decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden. At that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Yep.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 and 9, and I don't have an alibi from 10 till 7:30. If I don't provide an alibi for that time period, then I have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time. The sprinklers. Oh, you could use the fragments near the body as well.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
What am I supposed to do then?
Shoot!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep. And
Yeah, from to 7:30.
that's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the
What the
time.
fuck do I do? All they're doing is giving me times.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto,
Yeah, from to 7:30.
that's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
You had it when you mentioned sprinklers. No, I'm saying, what do I hit?
We've established a
got two
time
things
frame
to
for
hit.
the
I've
it took
got
place
fucking
somewhere
10 o'clock
between
at
9
night.
o'clock. Yep. And Makoto,
Yeah, from to 7:30.
that's more than
And
enough
7:30
time.
in
So
the morning.
Makoto, if you have any
And that's it.
objections, now would
Like,
be
where
the
do I hit the sprinklers there?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. I had nothing to lose.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
What the hell is wrong with these people?
Man, you're totally wacko.
You're totally stupid.
If you
Shut up.
really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Oh shit, this is the Hangman's Gambit or whatever it's called.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
This should prove it.
God, that was...
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet.
I still don't
yes,
understand me
but
just
the bottom
go with
half
the clock.
was
It's fucking
completely
stupid.
dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
I got it!
Wow, I can't
You're
believe we're
talking
digging our
about
own
the
hole.
tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer?
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's going to think I'm the killer. I had to refute what Kyoko said. There's no blood on it. Body before explosion?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevents.
So the reason the tarp was
It's because the sprinkler, but the underside, it was totally
it's because that side was protected from the wall. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the killer prevents.
So the reason that is because the spring, but the underside, it was totally. It's because that side.
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, that was lucky.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
more than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
But it wasn't stupid. Hiro comes up with stupid shit all the time. That wasn't
The
a
killer
stupid
got
idea.
the blood from right there in the garden.
Ah.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
The whole damn thing.
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms
Oh, I didn't
weren't
even
in the
notice
sleeves.
that.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
Oh god.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh, no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Oh shit. Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? Disguised it.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Really?
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh, yeah.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
This is bullshit.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what exactly happened last night. I thought maybe Red really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed.
Oh my god, Hero.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. Oh god, how am I going to prove it? Okay, fragments near the body, maybe?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it.
Look, just because I had that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her. So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I don't understand. So we've established that the coat was put on after the body after the tarp was removed, which means the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Where's my phone? Go away, silly thing.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife,
Knife before that seals it.
Just because I had that automatic?
Well,
getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Shoot!
God damn this chair.
The knife we found It's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
if he did have that seals it.
Just because I had that automatic?
Well, getting so there's no question. You took that knife.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Oh, I don't get what I'm
The
needed
knife we
to.
found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before,
That seals it.
Just because I had the knife, that automatic?
well, getting stabbed is what killed her,
What is it then? What the fuck?
Shoot!
So what?
The
It's
knife we found lodged in the
this guy's
dead body.
dead body.
It's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have
I don't know
that
how that
seals
makes
it.
any
Just
sense.
because I had that automatic?
Well,
getting stabbed is what...
Doesn't make
No,
any sense.
it's wrong.
Literally is hit and miss.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
What?
I
That?
got it!
Okay.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
That was
The
pretty cool.
explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
So it has to be the fragments.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of
about
something on the
Sakura.
ground near the body, right?
Someone just needs to gag him.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, We saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion.
Anyway,
That's
the
exactly
culprit's
it.
motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
That's a good point, Clocky. But he's got alibis for the whole night. Doesn't he? I think it's the killer that's not even in the room yet.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Yeah.
Then, shall we continue the debate?
What? Wasn't the bomb missing when Makoto got to the gym? No, it was there. That's why we saw it. Or do you mean the other bomb? Like when we went there later on? Yeah. That's right.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
I don't understand. Nothing in that. The knife was a cover-up and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Yeah, that's right, Clocky. Where can we read the Monokuma file again? There we go. Stick as a metal pipe. So we need to do the one where she was struck on the head.
Then, shall we continue the
victim's fatal. The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it.
There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
I don't fucking get it, because that's true.
Shoot!
So what do I need to do then?
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined,
bomb doesn't
correct?
matter.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Is this one of those
Yes.
true things?
Well, yeah.
She was already told.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
I have to shoot
And more
what's
than
false?
that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Oh, but
Then
he
shall we
doesn't like
continue
say
the
that they were old
fatal.
wounds
The
though.
explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it!
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
Oh,
body.
for fuck's sake.
Shoot!
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well,
What do you mean? What did I do? I don't know.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Then there's only...
oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury
Has yet to be determined.
No, that's wrong.
Fuck off.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
How the fuck did she survive those wounds?
What was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
Oh.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Yeah, I think I would like to do that too, to be honest.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this
Evan,
time.
get down. Get down. Get going. Go on. Go. You're a pain in the ass.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
What?
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Have I? What? The real murder weapon? I don't know what the real murder weapon is. But they're really thin. We're not talking about that.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
But it's like thick
And that
as a lead
something
pipe.
was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
I'm expecting something like, you know, the thickness of my friggin' arm or something.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
I know.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master! You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
About the tape, I guess. I guess we bundle it all into one bunch, eh?
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thick.
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Lots of little arrows.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all.
Of course I...
Then show us. Show...
It doesn't make sense because we didn't have access to the room by the time like
I
he
got
through
it!
out of the room.
The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because it was in your
Because
room.
I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
she knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Because he's got the key. God.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a
Do I
theory
need
earlier.
to do the highlight proof
You said I
and then
hid
hit?
and left the locker.
Do I need to do proof and then in my own room?
But could
Yeah,
I
I'll do
really have
that.
done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
What?
Shoot!
Fuck's sake.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would
Did I
never.
do that the wrong way around?
Is that what you're...
You stated you said I hid
And then left the locker key in my own room. But could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
exactly. I'm not, but you should understand that.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof
That you aren't the culprit.
There you go. I just
No,
did it the wrong way
it's
around. Stupid.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there, am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, but that's not actually true. Hey, Curtis, what's up, mate? Does she really feel that threatened? Oh, what the hell? Oh god. I suppose the lie is that she's got this key that can open up any room she wants, doesn't she? Is that the key? Yeah, but Kyoko has a tool to open up any lock. Yeah, that's it. Run away, obviously. Could you imagine? I'm very tempted to use that option. So the question is though, do I pursue it? Oh really, Curtis? That's cool. So should I pursue the lie then? That's the question. Did you hear that they cancelled E3 this year? Good, now I won't have like 40 million people asking me, have I seen E3? Have I seen this? Have I seen that? That'd be so great. Now let's get back to this. Your responsibility. God, you're a dick. Clockwork, what do you say? You're as blind as bad as I am with this, so do we pursue it or do we let it go? Kyoko has a plan. It makes you wonder if, like, she's been telling us all this stuff all the way along, though, to, like, butter us up. Do you trust her, Ginny? That's a question 99.
Well, have you decided to accept her? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Oh, that's me again.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
What? Well, obviously I lost then. What?
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Sorry.
Yes, indeed. Yep. Hey! Shing! Thrills, chills, kills!
I don't expect you to forgive me.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I'm pretty sure someone made this game while on drugs. Probably. But there's not as many drugs as they made that Dumbo movie. Fuck, they were definitely on drugs. Don't the others watch our death, though?
This is...
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. What are you talking about? You talk like you've already won. I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again.
Yeah!
To waste away in garbage-strewn pit in a way that is even better than special punishment. But still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair into the world. Is he gone? Akira, what is the meaning of this? What the hell is going on?
Calm down.
We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you
What are
say?
you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Yeah, we've read all this. What? Hey, is Unspeakable back yet? He's playing RimWorld. Why is he playing RimWorld? Clockwork, can you ask if he wants us to play? Oh shit. Oh god. Shamanon? Thanks so much for the raid, buddy. Welcome. I'm sorry that nothing comes up. For some reason my alerts don't work when someone raids. Twitch. Oh, you work for Twitch, do you? Oh, cool. Guys, behave. Like, fucking serious, behave. Oh, cool. You must like it then. I imagine it wouldn't be an easy place to work for. It'd be pretty full on. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cabin with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across all the area. As Dinny swears on stream. I'm allowed to swear on stream. Totally didn't get in trouble by one guy, like for drinking on stream. I got pretty drunk one time when I got my affiliate partner. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. Yeah, no. Well, thank you. I just got my payment for Twitch TV, so that was always fun. Helps pay for the internet, you know. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. What did I find myself in? I can't let that happen. I can't die down here. After Alter Ego saved me, he used up his last bit of strength to do that. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. Yes. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Lol. Whoa. Whoa! This is the actual room. I was expecting this to be in the headmaster's room. Strange. Strange is the adjective that you guys use to describe this room. Really?